Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the excitement of the North American Sim Racing Association. Tonight, we are ready for round number 1 after the exhibition at Daytona last Wednesday night. What a show it was, decided by a mere 28 thousandths of a second. Ready for round number 1 here this evening at North Wilkesboro Speedway. This evening, it is For the Love of Motorsports 155, live on LSR TV and on the CRN Sports Network. Good evening, I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten alongside. And Charles, an historic race last Wednesday night, but this is going to get even bigger and better. History on Nostalgia's North Wilkesboro Speedway to open up the Outlaw Super Late Model Series banner under NASRA.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race again. Like you said, going from super late models at a super speedway to coming to an iconic track like North Wilkesboro Speedway that hasn't been on the surface very long at all. I think these drivers are going to love this track. You know, whether they do or not, I love it. It's good to be here. I absolutely love this new track.
Over 20 drivers ready to go here, as practice is about wrap up. Practice will then conclude lap qualifying. Qualifying will set the field for 150 laps. If you do not know what NASRA or the Outlaw Super Late Model Series is, here's a quick introduction. To know more information about NASRA, go online on Facebook to NASRA Racing and North American Sim Racing Association. Ready for these drivers to prepare in a few moments for qualifying. 155 laps around North Wilkesboro. So much history behind North Wilkesboro. So many people would love to see that track back in operations as well, Charles. And again, this race is just going to be so special. So many people are really looking forward. We'd also like to say hello in addition to our viewers on LSR TV, YouTube, and Facebook, on the CRN Sports Network, as well at raceontexas.com social media too. Charles, somebody you know very well.
Yeah, we got, of course, talk to Chris David. We got Race on Texas involved in this. Of course, they bought LSR TV not too long ago, and it's been a fun ride ever since, and we're glad to be here. But, you know, speaking of good things, look at the paint jobs on some of these cars here tonight, Wesley, especially like that number 11 that's out on the track right now of Peyton Howell. That is a really nice looking swag car.
Yes, sir. I certainly love it. I really do. As we're underway here with now qualifying about to get underway to set the field for these drivers ready to go for 155 laps. And there's the man in the number 11, Peyton Powell, who was on the pole at Daytona last Wednesday night in the exhibition.
And
see how
might
he
be
does
some
here.
issue there.
Can you hear me now, buddy?
Yeah, we got you now. Just cutting in a
there
little
we go.
bit.
Okay.
Hopefully that Pepsi's not coming back to get us.
I know. Right before about 30 minutes coming on the air, I spilt a Pepsi on my mixer board, and hopefully I don't have that problem resurfacing again. So definitely, we do not want that to happen for sure.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that. We'll have to put in some rice in between the two races here tonight. But
that sounds pretty smart.
Yeah, Peyton Howell is your fast time right now. Is Devin Landry going to be right behind him in the number 51? And I believe the 51 of Landry is having some connection issues earlier. Let's hope that sorted out to where he is stable here and good to go. You see a lot of LSR TV and a lot of swag logos on these cars. As speaking of that, real quick, we said we put this up there, and then we got it big and bold for everyone. There it is, Wesley.
Yes, sir.
The Swag Pole Award.
The Swag Pole Award is brought to you by Smith Wraps and Graphics. Follow them online at Smith Wraps and Graphics on Facebook. Pull them up locally at 757-874-2438. And again, this is Swag Pole Award qualifying right now. Peyton Howell, the man who got the pole at Daytona, currently at the top of the board. Gabriel Ellison, who beat Matt Lee last Wednesday night at Daytona by 27 thousandths of a second. Ironically, tonight, he's not in the 14. He's in car number 27. He's on the racetrack qualifying now, Cody.
Yeah, he is. And, about 20-ish cars here tonight. Not a huge field, but like I've said over and over again, if you were to go out to a local racetrack and, for our Race on Texas people here, whether it be Texarkana 67, Monarch, RPM, 20 cars in a single class is actually a pretty decent car count. So, for a short track like this, like North Wilkesboro, I'll take a 20-car field, and it's going to produce some really good, really close racing, as this is a fixed setup. So everyone's on the same setup as well.
No doubt about it. And again, we have a lot of people checking us out. Hello, Keith Bradley. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Enjoying the coverage. Is here the Daytona Exhibition winner, Gabriel Ellison, coming across the start finish line, wrapping up his qualifying time. Is right now it looks like we're going to jump here real quickly and check out what our time and scoring is in real time for all these drivers that are on it for 150 laps of racing. Right now it is looks like Sacco going to the top of the board. Nicholas Sacco, followed by the machine of Peyton Howell, Jason Tarasenko, Derek Fulton, and Devin Landry is in the top 5. Daytona winner Gabriel Ellison is 6th. Bladen Edwards is 7th. Mike Adamson, who finished 3rd last Wednesday night of the exhibition, is 8th. Brandon Gagnon is 9th. And Chad Grant, currently the top 10 of almost the 19 drivers that are ready to clock in. The 94 Zimmerman gets in the wall a little bit out of turn number 2.
Yeah, definitely. There he really gets into it there. He's got to be careful.
Wow.
As that car's torn up. Of course, that's going to invalidate his time, but he got his second lap in, or his first lap in anyway, so he's good there, but he's going to be mired way back in the field in the 14th place as Rhett Tucker's out on the track as well, and he just started his first lap. And Wesley, I did some looking earlier, and you've got the spreadsheet of knowledge, as I like to call it, that I got, but I forgot to look at it because I'm a really bad announcer. But anyway, I don't need that spreadsheet because a lot of these cars are going to have similar paint jobs here tonight, and those guys obviously going to be on the same team. So there's teammates out here running as well.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting to see how teams play together, and when Wesley does, okay, I'm your teammate, and okay, I'm out to get the win, and you're my teammate or not, I'm going to try to beat you.
That's right. That's right. When do you throw the friendship out the door and you say, okay, man, everybody for themselves for sure? As qualifying is again ongoing, where all these drivers putting down the lap times and seeing where they're going to end up. So again, quite a field, if you will, of drivers ready to battle. I was given a roster with over 40 drivers currently that have committed, and you know how they committed, Charles? They have committed by their number lock. Hopefully, whenever we see their cars, their numbers will match exactly the same. Everybody's on the same page, and that will be perfectly.
Yeah, and I told myself I wasn't going to do this, but I got to Derek Fulton. We'll be talking to him throughout the night. A great guy here putting all of this on. But it's their first time putting on a league, so they are new to it. And they went into the iRacing simulator and put their nicknames as to what they were running. Cup Series, Truck Series, Outlaw Series. Because keep in mind, this series does have multiple, or this this league, I should say, NASRA has multiple divisions, and they had to start a new session here on iRacing because they were showing up as outlaw and cup driver and truck driver. So they had to fix that, but we figure we give them a little razzing there for that one. But a great guy, a great group of people to work with, and we'll just have to see. Is Brandon Hughes going to be at the top right now, the 17.67, and of course we'll go ahead and quickly put that on the screen. Kind of forgot to put it on there, but there's your times for qualifying. Still about 2.5 minutes to go, but some people that haven't qualified yet.
That is correct, and actually in a few moments we're actually going to give you these final drivers that are on the racetrack right now and see what they can do on the racetrack with their final times of qualifying. As you mentioned, they're on the speedway getting ready to come on out here as we'll get ready to introduce the field here in just a few moments. Just a couple more cars remain, like the number 1 machine on the racetrack of Garrett Maines out of Virginia, 5-time winner of the Josh White Esports Truck Series, and a driver out of in the Smithfield Foods entry for that race team, again for Phantom Racing and also Sadler Esports. So there you see the driver of the number 1 making his way around the racetrack, and that's just some of the information that I have in my possession, Cody. And if you'd be nice to me, I'll send it to you real quickly so you have it as well.
The league was nice enough to send it to me. I'm just a bad enough announcer. I didn't go and read it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your fault.
So the information was sent, and whether this is true or not, I'm going to say it anyway. Yes, I was probably playing with my RC car and didn't read the roster.
Here we go again.
So no, actually, I went to Hobby Lobby. Really quick story as qualifying is wrapping up. I went to Hobby Lobby to get some the clear decal paper to put some Race on Texas stickers on the car and LSR TV stickers on the RC car, and they were out due to a power outage. So I had to go around town all day looking for clear decal paper. So,
it is not the end of the world, promise.
It might have been. Hobby Lobby is like my store to go to. But anyway, that is why I didn't read the roster here for today. But it looks like everybody's going out. We may have to confirm with Derek here when we talk to him later. It looks like they're sending these guys out in groups of 4 for qualifying.
It looks like they are doing some type of a group qualifying session. If you are swags qualifying, swag pole qualifying to set the field, they put out about 4 cars at a time, and I like it.
And there, we'll put that one up there. And to be honest, I forgot what it says. Setups produced by, and I can't really read it in there. We'll get that here in a minute. But about 50% of the work, they said, was put in from that group there. So we'll be talking to Derek a little bit about that, who helped with the setups and everything. But at the moment, it is time to get to the grid, Wesley. And here you see heat number 1. Again,
that's right. One of the cool things about this is there's also going to be heat racing formats. So, real quickly, let's bring into the broadcast booth, if you will, our in-race reporter, the man who put the Outlaw Super Late Model Series together, Mr. Canadian himself, Derek Fulton, our friend of the North. Heat races tonight. Derek, talk a little bit about that as we get ready for this heat race, and then with the 150-lap feature coming up next.
Yeah, it's looking interesting. We've got a really good field out here tonight. It's going to be a real tough field to, top 10 here tonight's going to be something to be real proud of. It's really interesting. The track temps and track conditions are changing like crazy, which is completely changing the way the car's handling. So I think it's going to be all about who can find the grip when the grip's there.
Now, we have the field setting up for a heat race. Am I correct? This is a heat race that's about to go down here?
Yeah, I think so. We're just going to do this to set the grid, kind of get out there, just feel how the car is going to really do and stuff.
Okay.
And, we'll go back in and reset.
So this is going to be kind of like a scuff session, if you will, like a little practice, pretty much.
Yes, sir. It'll also still set the front row for like the starting grid for the actual race. But Garrett did win the swag. So congrats to Garrett on that. We're going to be trying to chase him down all night, I imagine.
The Swag Graphics Pole Award winner is again the driver of the number 1, Garrett Maines, and we'll check in from Derek Fulton from time to time. He is our LSR TV CRN in-race reporter. Go get him, Derek. Thank you, bud.
Sounds good. Have fun, guys. Talk to you soon.
That's wrong person. My bad. He'll be joining us here from time to time as our in-race reporter. So again, Garrett Maines is on the pole. He is our Swag Fast qualifier, the driver to Powhatan, Virginia, the Smithfield Foods Sadler Motorsports number 1 fast qualifier. And again, he will be the driver that will lead us to the green flag. And as we just talked about a moment ago, Charles, this is just a practice session, if you will, just getting a little warm-up session, maybe checking to see if there might be any net code or internet issues on any of these drivers. That is something that's being done right now, and then we'll get the field set to go here for 155 laps, as this is just a practice session. This is not the official start of the race.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And there you see, we'll officially do our intro for the main event, but look at all these cars come barreling down the backstretch.
I love it. I love it, man.
Absolutely.
The love of motorsports.
Yes, there's some amazing cars on an amazing tracks are going down the front stretch right now. But again, it's just like a warm-up session, but they're still racing, and accidents can happen just like that right there as the yellow is displayed for the first time. And it looks like Bladen Edwards going to be involved in this one.
We'll check out our replay here and find out what happened.
Oh, and right
this is just, again, the number 2 car just going around. Another one going up on his side out of turn number 1 and 2. What a tough break. Bladen Edwards and the number 2 car. And that's Jason Maines. Wow.
Yeah, and that is right there, is Wesley, is what you call a slow roll. It rolled, but
yes,
it was
sir.
a super slow motion. No, we didn't put the slow-mo effect on it. That's just how slow it rolled over. And, you know, good news is it landed back on its wheels. And the even better news, Wesley, this is just the warm-up. It's not the main event.
That's right. That's right. This is just your warm-up session, so don't add anything into this. This is just warm-up, so if you make a mistake, you can dust yourself off and get back up and go again. So we're keeping up with that. But all the drivers are ready to roll here this evening, including Garrett Maines and Brandon Hughes. He'll be in that number 111 machine. He'll start on the outside of the front. The driver out of French Lick, Indiana. Who else is from French Lick, Indiana? Do you know the answer, Charles?
No.
From French Lick, Indiana. Do you know the answer?
I do not.
Basketball player Larry Bird of the NBA.
You mean that real tall, white-haired looking pasty guy?
Larry Bird, red-headed guy, used to play for the Boston Celtics.
I got some cards of his somewhere. But, yeah, I did not know that was where he was from.
I'm a stat guy. I'm sorry. I have that kind of stuff in my head. If you'd have looked at the roster, you'd have known that.
Hell, yes, I would have. Again,
I'm playing, brother. I'm playing.
I'm a bad announcer. I don't read rosters.
All right. Well, we're definitely getting ready for the start of this race here in just a couple of moments. This is another practice session, if you will, as this practice session rolls along to set the field for the big race coming up. 155 laps. The race will be reset here after a quick heat race, if you will. I think they're going to run like 10 laps, I think is what it is. I just want to make sure real quickly. Okay. All right, Derek, we don't need you. 10 laps, and then that will be the end of their warm-up session / heat pole award winner. Ian is Garrett Maines. You're tuned into coverage on LSR TV, the CRN network, and hey, we're even on Race on Texas. Thank you to Race on Texas and Chris David and everybody that is involved with that awesome organization. Check them out. We're glad to have them here as we have another caution just as fast as we got started. I hope we don't tear cars up in the warm-up session. My goodness.
Yeah, that would not be good. As go here and see what happened. As it's not even letting me go through this driver, so we're gonna have to. There we go.
Oh wow, there he is, back against the wall, number 10. I believe it is the number 10.
I believe he had connection issue because right at this point, again,
a little bit of net code.
Yeah, it will not let me go to him there, and that's when he comes back. So I do believe that was a connection issue that plagued him because he was off the racing service. We could not actually view the replay until he came back. And that was
RS Center. That was actually RS Center. I think I said it was the driver and the number 10. There is no number 10 from Oakwood, Georgia. The Studio 10 Wraps RS trucking entry of Oakwood, Georgia's RS Center. He's the one that went around there. And again, I'm just so glad that everybody stepped up information down there for their roster and I just don't like saying car number and name. I know you don't like studying your notes, as you said, Charles, but when you work on a series or you work on a lot of network broadcasts like I do, you want to talk about these guys. You want them to be stars. You want them to be heroes of the broadcast. And I love people to first off know where they're from, where they're checking them out, where they're tuned in, whether it's esports, whether it's virtual reality. I love to know the locations of where all these stars of esports and racing are from. Sponsors, chassis, a little bit of racing backgrounds if they're on a racing team. And we have done that here as we're about probably 2 more laps away from the end of this warm-up session before For the Love of Motorsports 155 to get underway here at North Wilkesboro on LSR TV, CRN, and RaceOnTexas.com.
Yeah, we're about to go once again. The lights are still on, and I will point that as of right now, we are technically into we call this a mini overtime? We are going into overtime here in the heat race / warm-up session. So
right.
We'll see how it all plays out. But again,
I think this is something unique because I've never seen anything like this done before, except maybe like a warm-up session, like 5 laps, and this is kind of extended past 10. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really set up the rest of the lineup. I think it just gives you an opportunity, if you will, to maybe somebody might have came in late, or maybe you might be thinking you're having some internet or netcode issues, and this gives you the opportunity to check your car out and see how you're going to feel here before things get started.
Yeah, it definitely does. This is like it really is. It's like a heat. Well, it is a heat race, but it's like a heat race in dirt style racing. Is dirt style? They refer to it shaking down the car. Going out there, seeing what might happen. In this case, it's more of connection issues and stuff like that versus the engine blowing up or whatever may happen. With the green flag back out, and Garrett Maines still out front as he's followed by Hal, Sacco, and Hughes in your top 4, and Matthew Lee in the top 5, and they're getting aggressive here just in this little heat race.
Man, come on, guys, this is just a heat race session. Come on, y'all, be nice. Look at him coming off the corner, little contact. Boy, off the walls was that Hughes, and there's the yellow flag. Brandon Hughes was in the wall, the outside front row starter. And let's take a look at the replay here, what's going on and why we're under the yellow flag. The old LSR TV replay graphic, or the new one you made last week. I like that one better. I'm just saying, I like it.
Yeah, we need to get that one back in. As a lot of people don't know, we had that complete redo of the computer and lost a few things in there, but definitely it will be coming back here soon. And we are just continuing this. So we are in overtime number 2, and I would imagine, Wesley, this is getting close to the limit, if not at the limit, of overtime green-white checkered attempts for the heat race. Usually they set it to 2.
Yeah, and I'm wondering why they're wasting all the time to do this heat race. Again, it's just like a warm-up session, if you will. We got to get rolling. We got 155 laps as the main event coming up, and again, they are wanting to actually get the white flag and get the checker and be ready to roll here. So we hope you're enjoying coverage of the great event that is the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. What a race. And I say this wholeheartedly. Charles, I was optimistic last Wednesday night. I did not think we would have a race of that caliber that we ended up seeing. Holy cow, what a race over Gabriel Ellison and Matt Lee and everyone else involved. 27 thousandths of a second. Wow. I mean, I never would have thought it at Daytona.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what kind of finish we're going to see here tonight. Of course, in order to finish, we got to get to the actual race. So
yeah, we got to finish the end of this heat race.
I imagine that should be coming up here soon. This will be attempt number 3 on it. Again, this is a brand new league. These are some of the finer details that didn't quite make it in the memo up to the press booth here as to how many attempts they will have. If we start hitting 5 or 6, we may have to pull in our inter-race reporter there and see how many attempts they do have, as this can drag on for quite some time if they didn't put a cap on it. So, again, that is something
as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and bring him in here real quickly while we're under caution. Derek Fulton, why are we having so many attempts at a green-white checker in just a heat race if it's just a warm-up session, bud?
Honestly, I guess when you make a session, with the green-white checkers at the end of a feature, I guess iRacing puts it into the heats as well. I guess I forgot to turn the cautions off for the heats. So a little bit of a mistake on my end. Had a bit of a mistake with the admin. So we're just kind of doing everything here last minute, trying to make it work.
All right, brother. I'm sorry. Let's get back to work then. That is Derek Fulton with his excuse. It's his fault.
There you go. Well, we have the scapegoat now. Oh, and we're not even going to attempt that one. We're just going to pile up the star.
Big trouble there. My goodness, what a pile up. The 0-4 Matt Lee, the runner-up at Daytona last week, and a whole bunch of other cars involved. Going into turn number 1.
And we're just going to go somewhere. This
is Zimmerman into the 93. Teams involved. That's Kenny Zeems.
And then this. Again, there are multiple incidents on the track we're going back to take a look at here to see what happened, who all was involved in this. And right there,
multiple accidents.
The 15 just kind of checking up there. Go and take a look here at Brandon Hughes. This one, that's
Hunter McCoy. And yes, oh man, this is on the front straightaway. Look out! Oh, the 93 gets into Brandon Hughes. He goes up and over the 93 machine. And that is the driver of, let's see here, no name right now on that information. I want to say it might be, is it Brandon Gagnon? I think it might have been the 93.
Yes, that is correct, and he is now, I believe, in the pits. That's 83. 93 is back there somewhere, but
I have no information on who the 93 is. My bad. Hang on, I have to check he's not on the roster. My apologies. He's a late arrival. The 93 is Tyler Daniels. Tyler Daniels is the 93 car. So we're back to green here. White flag in the air.
Yes,
let's end this last lap here, Charles, and we'll be ready to go racing, bud.
They are just about there. As it took us so long to figure out the 3 wrecks that ended up happening, the green flag was already waving again. And there you have it. Finally, out of a 10-lap heat race / warm-up, we ran 22 laps. So 12 laps past the scheduled distance. But the checkered flag is out, and your pole sitter, who had already won the swag pole award anyway, is going to win the little warm-up heat race. They're going to pull it down into the pits. It's going to take them a minute to get ready. Think we got time to thank the sponsors real quick, Wesley?
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll introduce the field and get ready for the big show. It is For the Love of Motorsports 155 from virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway with the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. The feature is next.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Wilkesboro Speedway, we're getting set for round number 1 of the Outlaw Super Late Model Series, sanctioned by the great folks of NASRA. If you'd like to know more about NASRA, go online to NASRARacing.com. And in addition to that, the North American Sim Racing Association on Facebook. I am Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten alongside. Our in-race reporter is Derek Fulton. And again, Garrett Maines, Brandon Hughes on the front row. After finally an extensive long heat race, we're set for this 155-lap battle around historic North Wilkesboro, Charles.
Yeah, 155 laps. I think I have it listed on the broadcast as 150, so that's on me. I saw it was the something 150, so I assumed we were running 150 laps. But again, I've said this over and over again. I can't count anyway, so there you go. I put 150, it's 155. So I shortened it by 5 laps because I don't know math.
And what a run for the driver of Garrett Maines. Garrett Maines, part of the Sadler Motorsports esports program, is ready to bring them to the green flag out of, again, Virginia. His father, Jason Maines, is also in the mix. But there's Garrett Maines in that number 1 car. We'll see what he gears as we are just inching closer to the start. And it is almost go time. Ladies and gentlemen, music Charles Wooten. Without a further ado, here is your starting lineup for the first ever official points race for the NASRA Outlaw, a Super Late Model Series on LSR TV and the CRN Sports Network. Garrett Maines, fast qualifier. He's on the pole, the man out of Virginia. Another Virginia native is going to be Peyton Howell. He finished again on the pole at fast qualifier Daytona last weekend from Radford, Virginia, row number 1. Row 2, it's Matthew Lee in the 04 from Clinton, Maine. To his inside from Canada, Jason Tarasenko in car number 21, Langley, British Columbia to be exact. As here comes row number 3 and Charles Wooten for the rest of the lineup.
Derek Fulton going to be in that 5th spot in the number 7, also from Canada, followed by Devin Landry in the number 055. Brett Tucker in the 17 in 7th place, and Gabriel Ellison in the number 27 in 8th position, Wesley.
This row continuing on here. Nicholas Sacco, followed by that number 89 machine of Billy Smith. He'll start 9th. The rest of the field includes Bladen Edwards at 99 and Kernan Church on the outside in car number 22. He's 12th.
In 13th, gonna be Jason Maines, followed by Kieran Church, Chad Grant, and Tyler Daniels in 16th. And of course, rounding out the field gonna be RS Center, who we saw flip a little earlier ago. Brandon Hughes, Eric Zimmerman, and Brandon Gagnon gonna be in the 20th spot. That'll do it for your starting grid here for tonight's event. Wesley, 155 laps should be a historic and just an outright fun race.
Should be a good one for sure. Glad that you're along for the ride. Garrett Maines and Peyton Howell, a couple of Virginia natives on the front row, ready for the start of this one. Buckle up, hold on tight on behalf of LSR TV, CRN Sports Network, and Race on Texas. This is NASRA. We are green here in North Wilkesboro. The season quest for the Outlaws is underway. Here they come off turn 4. Opening laps have been exciting. Welcome to NASRA. The Outlaws Super Late Models green here at North Wilkesboro. Got one spun top of turn number 2. Caution will come out. I believe that is Devin Landry, the 055, into the wall on his own, maybe a little contact, and he puts it in the fence, and there's the caution. And also the 51 got into him.
That 51 gets a little punt in the shorts there, and he goes around, puts it into the outside wall. Not too much damage to that 51 machine. That's good news for him. Again, these cars are very fast on this track, Wesley, but you can get them woed up pretty good, so you don't have a whole lot of room to get a lot of damage unless it's a pretty significant wreck. So hopefully we don't see any big wrecks knocking people out of this race. But we are 5 laps in of the 155 under caution for the first time, and not sure if they're counting caution laps or not. I do not believe they are. So hopefully we see some good green flag racing.
Shout out to everybody for tuning in and joining us. Appreciate all the people, all the comments. Michael McKinnon, I know he is one of the folks that are behind What is NASRA. We also have coming up on September 1st, the new NASRA Truck Cup Series. The new NASRA Cup Series on Tuesday night, September 1st. And then on Friday night, September the 4th, we have the new NASRA Truck Series as that will be on Friday night. The Cup Series is on Tuesday night. The Cup in the Truck Series is on Friday night. Wednesday night will be the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. You're watching round one here tonight on LSR TV, CRN Sports for listening to the audio coverage. And thank you for those that are checking us out also, again, on Race on Texas and on iRacing. We're actually being broadcast on the iRacing's broadcast channel. Screw, am I correct, Charles?
Yes, I believe we're on there. I sent it in. I hopefully got approved. But either way, we are going to for sure be on there. Whether this one is, I think it got approved. I didn't actually look. Sorry, Wes, I was playing with the RC car. But anyway.
Gotcha.
But anyway, yes, we are going to be sending all the races in, so they will be on iRacing.com. And I believe the lights are off. When we have another caution, if we have another caution, we'll bring that up, tell people how to join iRacing if they want to get into this series. But green flag is out to start lap number 8 of 150. And
so they are counting caution laps. That answers your question here.
Yeah, so that will slow, keep it speeding up a little bit if caution laps are counting. And I told at the beginning of this race, we kind of sometimes pick our person we think is going to win or we want to win. I'm going with the 21, and I told him that earlier. And there's no strategic reason to it, stats-wise. He just has a giant LSR TV logo on his hood.
There you go, Jason Tarasenko, the man out of course, Canada. We'll see what he can do there. He's your pick.
Yeah, and there you go. We'll do this real fast with the gap on there. There are your 2 Canadian drivers sitting in third place. Well, now second place as they're going to battle out for this position. In 7th place, Derek Fulton at the moment. So not a whole lot of Canadian drivers from our brothers and sisters up north, but there are 2 here. We'll see how they do. They're doing fairly good right now in the top 10.
And Derek Fulton, who also is in the 7th position in car number 7, is our in-race reporter for this race. We'll grab him a time or 2. You've already heard from him twice in our broadcast coverage as we are underway here with this event. It should be a good one. And glad you're along for the ride. It's again a big race. It is 155 laps underway here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Thank you so much for everybody's comments. Keep them on, keep them in the chat box and more. And while you're doing that, check out LSR TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at LSR TV, and also at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Give us also a follow at Race on Texas on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and iRacing too. And while you're doing that, check out, I know I'm giving you a lot of commands to do, a lot of likes, a lot of follows, a lot of shares, at NASRA Racing, NASRA Racing on Facebook, or the North American Sim Racing Association. We were presented with this idea last week, and it's amazing what's happened in the last 7 days. Charles, phenomenal. I think this is going to be big for the world of esports.
Yeah, I believe we had 24-hour turnaround to get everything going for the first race, but it worked out really good. It was some great racing, and if you can throw 20 cars on a super speedway and have good racing, you're going to have some great racing on a short track, and that's what we're doing right now. As this little battle going on, there's another battle going on towards the front as the 11 of Hal gets a little loose. That's going to allow the 04 of Matthew Lee to squeak by on the outside.
This is the battle for second spot now as we have Aiden Howell falling back in the clutches of the driver Matthew Lee. Matthew Lee from Maine, his way up to third, possibly second. Just cannot seem to get around him yet as they make their way back into the corner. And there's that 27 car, Gabriel Ellison, with a show he put on at Daytona. Officially, he is the exhibition winner of the first ever race of NASRA. This is the first points-paying event. Yes, people are getting paid for racing in this event tonight. Trouble off of turn 2. Eric Zimmerman goes for a solo spin in 94. Caution will come out for the second time here this evening.
Yeah, take a quick look here and see what happened. I got all by himself out here as he just loops it around. The question is, did he have any contact with the wall beforehand
we'll see.
to cause this? And
We'll see what happens. Looks like he might have just drove it down in there. Might have gotten to the bottom of the grass or to the 83. Nope. No harm, no foul. Brandon Gagnon did not get into him. Simply the driver out of Frederick, Maryland, looped it around on his own. And there's the calls of the caution for the Buddy Project BP Racing entry.
Yeah, it is unfortunate,
Eric Zimmerman.
If you have to root for somebody, for anyone that doesn't know what the Buddy Project is, if I recall correctly, that is the buddyproject.org right there on the back of it. I believe that is a organization for kids with autism. So
yes, sir.
Unfortunate to see him go around. Hopefully he'll be able to bounce back here later on in this race. This is a race on iRacing.com, and I said if we got a chance, we would, say how to get into it. And there it is right there. If you want information on how to start your iRacing career, all you got to do is go to iRacing.com.
Yes.
And, I will say this. iRacing is an amazing thing if you're looking to get into sim racing. However, the only downside, if you're looking to get into real racing, you might want to invest in that because it's going to cost you just as much if you want to get all the cars, tracks, sim rig and all that. Now, if you already have that and you're sick of sitting at home because of COVID, jump on iRacing.com, get you a couple of dirt tracks, asphalt tracks. There are some that are free, and for I think it's $100 a year or $13 a month, you can get on here and get rid of that itch you have to get behind the wheel of a race car.
For sure. Definitely, for sure. So there you go. Check it out again at iRacing.com for more information on how to start your iRacing career. Nobody's going to come down to the pit lane. We're underway here in round one. 17 laps about to go up on the board. More coverage from North Wilkesboro in a moment. This is coverage of the Outlaw Super Late Model Series, and this is NASRA on CRN and LSR TV. Back here from North Wilkesboro, getting ready for the restart as it's again Garrett Maines out in front. Jason Tarasenko from Canada on the outside. Here they come back for Green and Maines with the bullseye and the number one entry. Pulls away on the restart from Virginia. Start open the outside lane now. That's going to be the machine. Lee. He now battles Tarasenko for third, fourth, and Howell top five. Throw Ellison in the mix. Tucker also top seven. Throw a blanket. They're back into turn one now. Single file.
Had some really, really good racing, and we go a little further back. You've got even more. The 27 of Ellison, Gabriel Ellison. He's fallen back just a little bit as he's got Derek Fulton in that chrome and blue LSR TV machine sneaking through the field, and we'll see if he can go any further. But a really good battle going on for the top 10 position right now in about 7th place.
And I also know that Eric Zimmerman and Tyler Daniels are both autistic drivers, and they're both driving for the Buddy Project as we're back underway here. Caution out for the second time after the incident for the Frederick, Maryland native there of Zimmerman. We go back under green flag. Here comes this battle heated up there. 93 up the speedway, battling alongside with the 27 of Gabriel Ellison. That's Rhett Tucker, trying to make something happen there in that 17 and 6th. Here they come.
That's a really, really good. And, this battles aren't just heating up at the front. You go a little further back, they're still starting to heat up between the 110 and the number 2 machine.
That's RS Center and Jason Maines. You got father battling now with the driver RS Center in the 2 car, while son Garrett Maines leads the way.
Yeah, so we'll see how they can do. And, to talk about Garrett Maines, I don't know where I've heard this name from, but I'm pretty sure I have seen him in another series before. So I'll have to do some research, maybe actually read the chart there.
He is probably one of the best drivers of iRacing, to be honest with you. He is a talent. He actually drives for the Richmond Raceway Esports program. Just got announced that he was part of Sadler Esports as well. And we've got a caution on the Speedway, trouble for the third time here at North Wilkesboro. We'll find out what happened.
And it's Zimmerman again.
Wow. Eric Zimmerman, one of those drivers that is wanting to try to make his way in to the NASRA Cup Series. It's the inside retaining wall on the back straightaway, and for the second time, the Frederick, Maryland native is into the pit lane with damage on his car.
And go on board
under
with him
caution.
here.
Let's ride on board with him. Look out! Oh, that had to hurt.
You can't possibly almost flip that car any more than he already did and not completely roll it over. Impressive job there to keep it back on all four wheels. Of course, he's going to be in the pits now, unfortunately, and that very well could end his day, as I do believe he is probably going to shut it down after that.
And joining us on the broadcast right now, we're going to check in on our in-race reported driver in 7th position in car number 7, the man out of Canada. That is the driver of Mr. Derek Fulton. Derek, how's the first half, or the opening 20 laps been here now at North Wilkesboro?
Oh, it's been good up front. Lots of good, hard racing up front. Everyone's trying to give each other as much room as you can. There's really not much room to give out here, so you got to take what you can get. But at the same time, everybody's doing a good job up front here, making sure, we're not totally in any race cars just yet. Hopefully, we can keep going like this and get to the end of this thing. And
I know you're amongst some pretty good battles so far. Talk about battling with Ellison and Tucker and Sacco all around you right now in the opening 20 laps.
Yeah, these guys are really clean drivers. You can go into the corner and trust driving beside them, and that's everything in the world when it comes to trusting the guy beside you, right? You know how hard you can push that person without them making a mistake, and vice versa. And that's everything you need when you're racing side by side with somebody.
All right, Bubba, we'll let you get back up there. Doing good so far, man. Looks like everybody's really having give and take and respecting. A couple of single car accidents, but nothing crazy so far. Get back after it.
Sounds good, man. Hopefully we'll see you soon. I'll talk to you soon.
That's our in-race reporter from Stayner, Ontario, Canada, of Derek Fulton. And again, as it stands right now, he currently is sitting in the number 7 position.
Hey, he's got a
Coverage
good
of our LSR TV in-race reporter is presented by Clan War Servers, as well as the post-race Rapperty. Go ahead, Charles.
He's got a good run going for him, and we'll see. He's just got a few more spots if he wants to get back to the front, or further to the front, I should say, as we're still riding on board with them. Lights are off, so we'll go to our main camera here as Terencinco out front. We're showing him now. It's going to be Garrett Maines. Really, I don't think anybody's had anything for Garrett Maines here so far. But again, we are still early into this race.
We certainly are. And far from over for sure. Here they come. Back to green.
Well, let's see. Garrett Maines gets a good jump once again. Almost 0.5 seconds ahead, and So far we got a lot of battling going on. Look at this: 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 2x2 going on for about 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place. Again, how long do you really battle someone here, Wesley, before you really start to single file out and not worry about pushing it too much? When do you really go here, and when do you say no?
When do you press your time? I think is the question you're asking. When is it do you go? When is it that you respect the people that are around you? As you're seeing Rhett Tucker in 17, Derek Fulton in 7 in front of him. Here they come across the line this time by another lap going up on the board. As again, a performance, if you will, being shown here as 40 laps are in for Garrett Maines. Lee is in that second position. Jason Tarasenko, Howell, Fulton, Tucker, all in that mix as they'll come back across the start-finish line and put yet another lap on the board. And again, everyone's single file now. Everyone's riding and driving. I mean that with no disrespect. Tick some laps off here now. Respect your boundaries. Respect the drivers around you. And then when it gets probably to lap, 125, maybe lap 155 to go, then it's go time. Then you drop the hammer and give it all you got, Charles Wood, for the win.
Yeah, I definitely think you do. You got to bide your time. You do not want to tear up this car too early in this race, as we have one going off track. That is Billy Smith, but it doesn't so far bring out a caution. We stay racing. As you're looking at the rear bumper of Peyton Howe, watching back at Derek Fulton. So we'll see if that one battles out any more as we go back to our main one. And, you know, Wesley, some of our closest battles are back here for about 10th, 11th, 12th place.
Yes,
They're
sir.
not necessarily up at the front of the field.
RS Center, Bladen Edwards, Devin Landry, all those drivers amongst the top 13 now. On the bottom of the racetrack goes that 51 machine. We'll see what he can do. Up the speedway, we'll see what Landry's got up his sleeve alongside RS Center in the 110. Bladen Edwards in the 99. And by the way, if you remember last week, Rhett Tucker had 99 as his number. Bladen Edwards has officially locked in his number. So again, that's his number. That is his official series number, just like NASCAR, if you will. NASRA is following that same implement. So the driver officially out of Pensacola, Florida, in the Swag Graphics, Swag Esports entry is Bladen Edwards. And for the season, he will be in the number 99 entry.
Yeah, it's really cool to see these leagues doing everything they can to follow, the NASCAR style stuff and be as professional as they can. It's always good to see that. And another swag car out towards the front is a Howe. He's in the 4th position right now, but he's got Derek Fulton right on his back bumper trying to run him down. So the question is, will he be able to catch him here in the near future? And you can see right there, that's the difference between right now 4th and 5th place for a top 5 finish.
Peyton Howell coming off of that pole at Daytona amongst the top 15 before the craziness that happened last Wednesday night in the debut of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Round 1 here this evening from North Wilkesboro Speedway. This is a points event. This is a purse-paying event. This will set the quest for the championship. 15 regular season races, Cody, and in addition to that, there will be a NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model All-Star race. We just ain't determined whether it's going to be at a short track, a super speedway, or a road course.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I know a lot of people are, pushing for that road course. Road courses seem to be very popular, so we'll see which one of those does get the pick. I personally like short track racing myself. But, it is what it is when it comes down to it. The drivers will pick what they want and what the favorite is to them, or however they go about deciding that. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But either way, it's going to be some good racing for like an all-star kind of race.
Going to be a fun time for sure. And again, they are still working out all the details on what will go down and what race and how the format will be for that special event. I know everyone is certainly looking forward to the All-Star event for sure amongst the entire season. The man out of Powelton, Virginia, in the Smithfield Foods Sadler Esports number 1, it is Garrett Maines. He is leading the way. Dominated in the trucks here last Friday night to pick up his 5th win of the JW Racing Esports Truck Series, and now he is a part of the Outlaw Super Late Model Series. He is ranked as probably one of the top 15 best iRacing competitors in the world. He just joined Sadler Esports. He's also a part of Richmond Raceway Esports program. and he is doing good here tonight. And I believe the stipulations are you're going to run the Cup deal. You're going to have to sit out on the ARCA in the Truck Series, but this is an open invitation for the Outlaw Super Late Model deal. He's all for it. We're glad to have him a part of the program. So is Matt Lee, another great driver out of Maine. And this is an open invitation for these drivers to be a part of the show. And look who's 1 and 2 right now on the racetrack.
Yeah, they definitely are putting on a show. Garrett Maines, like you said, dominating 2.9, almost 3 seconds ahead of Matthew Lee, who's got a fast car in himself. But again, keep in mind, we mentioned this earlier in the race, these are fixed setups. There is not a whole lot, if anything, these guys can do to adjust on these other than how they run the line. And that really does play a big factor into it. And you can also see right there, Wesley, it's real hard to see. Look at the brakes glowing on Matthew Lee's car right now.
Brake rotors literally glowing cherry red on the machine of Matthew Lee, the man out of Maine. The driver out of Clinton, Maine, in the GTR Simulators Phantom Racing entry. And sitting there in that number 2 position, here they come back across the line.
And it makes you wonder, as we go up to Garrett Maines real quick, we'll take a look at his and see if those brakes, and look, his brakes are not glowing near as much as Matthew Lee's are. They are glowing, but not to the extent, which does give you an indication of how these guys are driving. Right there, it is glowing, but not quite as bright of an orangish red. So obviously, Garrett Maines is not having to use as much brake to get around this track.
Yeah, I know that people are saying questions that we need to check things, and there's really not anything to check because this is a fixed setup. Like you said, the only thing you can really change is your racing line. As we check out that beautiful LSR TV, number 7. Out of Centre, Ontario, Canada. He's our in-race reporter, the founder of NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series, Derek Folden. And he sits right now moving up into the 5th position in that number 7 machine. Beautiful looking car.
That is definitely a good-looking ride. And I do have some special things planned for this series, as we do have permission to get it on Race on Texas. This is going to be a far stretch here if we can do this. I'm going to throw this out there, as we have less than 100 laps to go. We have around 35 people watching right now on LSR TV's YouTube channel. If you can share this out there, get all your friends watching, and we can get it up to 50 viewers currently watching at one time, and I see it while I'm watching. If we can get 50, I will give one person in the chat that I saw in there. I'll pick one random person, and we're going to give them a 1-month subscription to Race on Texas Speed Pass so they can watch some live real dirt track racing in the state of Texas. So again,
how about that?
If we can get it up to 50 concurrent live viewers, we're at 33 right now. That's not a far stretch to see if we can get that up to 50.
So do your part if you're tuned into the LSR TV YouTube channel. Share it on your social media, on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Get it up past 50 shares, 50 viewers, as we have a caution on the racetrack coming out on lap number 68. No, I'm sorry. We'll stay green. My apologies. I thought I saw the yellow ticker. My bad. We're still green.
Well, you may have
we are
predicted
under
the future.
caution. I was right. I thought I saw yellow. We're under caution.
You kind of predicted the future there, I think, is what happened. As we'll go back and take a look at Bladen Edwards in the 99. Right as you said that, no more than 20 seconds later, this happens on the track. So I'm believing you're a Banana Republic whisperer. I'm not sure, but
I'm the caution whisperer, if you will. Look at Brandon using T-Bone the 111.
So there you have it. There's the reason for the caution, or some might say Wesley was the reason for the caution. Either way, the caution is out, and that was a nice green flag run there as we're on lap 71. The question, Wesley, is anybody coming down pit road?
And Brandon Gagnon was the car lap down most recently. He will get the free pass and get the cycle back around as on the lead lap. Leaders are coming down to the pit lane, including number 1, Garrett Maines. Derek Fulton is in. Sacco is in. Adamson, Landry, Jason Maines, Church, Hughes, Daniels, all on the pit lane for service. We're at pit stall 1, Charles Wooten, and that is the leader, Mr. Garrett Maines, right now.
Yeah, and I'm wondering here is what you don't see, Wesley. That car has not been jacked up yet. I'm wondering if he's going to take tires. I believe that's a fuel-only stop. We might need to talk with Derek Fulton, our in-race reporter. I'm not wondering. They may have to run this race on the set of tires they started on.
Let's find out. We'll bring him in. He just got done making a pit stop as well. Derek Fulton, what is the pit rules strategy for tonight's event? Can you change tires or just take on fuel and keep the same set of tires you have?
We do have one set of tires. I just topped up on fuel here just to see how that would play out. But I think I just got put a lap down in the process. This is going to be interesting now.
Oh, my goodness. What's your take of the race so far as we are actually approaching halfway here in about another, 8 laps or so?
Well, I think if we go green here, those guys are probably definitely going to need to make a green flag pit stop here in the next 20, 30 laps. So it all depends here on how things play out, I think.
Again, lap 78 is halfway. Go ahead, Derek, our in-race reporter.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think we will need to take fuel at least once or twice, depending on how many caution laps we got here.
Is this the type of race you were expecting so far right now?
A little bit, yeah. It's a tight track, so it's one of those tracks where it's all about track position and just maintaining your line and doing what you got to do. But it's a little different from what I'm used to, that's for sure. Definitely took too much fuel there. I'm definitely good to go to the end now, but I'm a lap down, so definitely have to get that lap back.
Hey, have you changed your tires yet? That's the question.
No, sorry. Tires, I still kept them just for the end. I like to save mine just in case we get a shootout at the end or something.
There you go. All right, we'll let you get back to it again. Our in-race reporter out of Santor, Ontario, Canada, Derek Fulton. Thank you, buddy. And we'll holler back at him here in a little bit. But again, you heard it, Charles. Again, you have one set of tires optional. Any other pit stops, any other adjustments, fuel you want to add on, you can do it as much as you want to. But you can only get one set of Dr. Feelgoods, as you call them, in this race today here at North Wilkesboro as the pace car getting ready to drop onto the pit lane, and we will get ready for a restart on lap number 74. 4 laps, if you will, to halfway. The leaders roar back to turn 1.
And again, as we go to our favorite camera angle right there, as you watch them come by the camera, only one set of tires, Wesley. That is going to make it a little bit more challenging for these guys, as you like to come in and get some fresh rubber whenever you can. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to limit themselves. And, we talked about when do you pit? Well, that throws a whole new wrench in this game. When do you change tires? When is the optimal time?
And Curtin Church is now the free pass car on the lead lap if the caution comes out again. Coming up on halfway here in a couple of circuits. Down the back straightaway, Matthew Lee, the man out of Maine, leading the way. Here he comes, exiting 4. Tarasenko from Canada behind him. RS Center for the first time has cracked the top 3. He's in 3rd, up 14 positions. 1 lap to halfway. Here in one car, zigging and zagging and jigging and wiggling off of turn number 2. That's Landry. He'll keep going. We'll stay green halfway here at North Wilkesboro. Lap 78, 77 to go.
Yeah, he took a hard lick to the inside wall, but like you said, he kept it going as Tarasenko trying to run down Lee in that number 04 machine, but the 21 doing a good job. Of course, my pick for the win. Again, no real stats on there just because he has our logo on his hood. I'm a very simple kind of person, but he has RS Center. He's taking him down in that 110 machine. If you had to go on a really nice looking car, that 110 looks pretty dadgum good.
The driver leading the way is, again, Matt Lee now from Clinton, Maine. He is out in front in the 04. The GTR simulators. Phantom Racing entry in 2nd spot from Langley, British Columbia, Canada. It is the driver of Jason Tarasenko. Sitting in third, RS Center in the 110. We just mentioned him, his first time licking his chops up in the top 3 podium. The 110, the man comes to us out of Oakwood, Georgia in the Studio 10 Wraps RS Trucking entry. Number 110, sitting in third is the pole car, Garrett Maines from Powelton, Virginia, the Smithfield Food Sadler Esports entry, and fifth, Peyton Howell from Radford, Virginia, the Swag Graphics Swag Esports number 11. There's your top 5. In 6th, Rhett Tucker in the number 17 machine. He comes to us out of Safety Harbor, Florida, in the Malware Bites Cat entry number 19. He's actually in 17. Daytona Exhibition winner Gabriel Ellison from Rogerville, Tennessee, driving for McKinnon Motorsports. He sits in 7th. Brandon Hughes is in the 8th position in the number 111. Coming to us, of course, out of French Lick, Indiana, same as Larry Bird. The Highway 50 Auto Sales McKinnon Motorsports entry. 9th is Chad Grant in the 15. Chad Grant currently in 9th. Again, that driver coming to us out of Granite Falls, North Carolina. And 10th is Mike Adamson, a 3rd place finish at Daytona. Probably one of the best runs he's ever had in his iRacing career. Sits now 10th in the number 46 entry from Sanford, Florida for Phantom Racing. That's a look at your top 10 right now, Charles, as we have just passed halfway here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, and I want to go, we were looking at it a second ago as we ran through the top 10. I want to go back. This is going to be looking at the back bumper off of, well, now we can't because they're side by side. But Garrett Maines will get by here in just a minute, I'm sure. But go back. Let's look from the back bumper of our leader, Matthew Lee, and look at this. Look at how much these cars just plant themselves going through the corner. You see right there, it is about as planted to the track as it can. And look how much it raises up going down the front stretch and the back stretch.
Yes, sir, for sure. Look at that. Something that is unique for sure that we never really took a look at until now. That's pretty cool.
And it's amazing how they do it. You know, it's just like the Cup cars. They really just plant the car down to help get it. And you know what it's doing is just stopping the air from getting underneath the car to help it. It's a similar tactic. I know a lot of storm chaser people, and that's what it does. It's meant to stop the air from getting under the car and help aerodynamics. And that setup is running really good right now to do so.
Just after halfway, coming up on lap number 92. Let's rest our voices and do a little segment on LSR TV. And for the sights and sounds for those on CRN, we call this Kicking the Asphalt. One of our producers is joining us in the broadcast booth as well, Will Duvall. Will, what do you think of the new NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series as we approach lap 100?
Looks like a lot of fun. Pretty exciting racing.
Super late models underway here at North Wilkesboro. And again, Matthew Lee is leading the way. Not anymore. Garrett Maines gets it back. That's the 3rd lead change of the race so far. Garrett Maines from the pole got passed there by Matthew Lee after that last sequence of pit stops under caution. And now for the 3rd time, and another caution coming out. Garrett Maines, problems, bottom of the racetrack, number 11 with an issue. That is full.
Peyton
Pushing
Howell.
out for the 5th time.
Peyton Howell having some issues here. We're going to see what happened. And I believe his issues were the 17 car.
He had some help. get some help from Red Tucker.
But, Wesley, we talked about it here. We're going to go back and take a look at this one more time. We're going to go to our aerial coverage and see. Look, this is what I was talking about earlier, is you see the contact, a little bit of bump right there, not a whole lot of damage done.
Right.
And because they are going fast, but they're not going super speedway fast, he spun it to the grass and kept it going. He didn't hit any walls, get any more sustainable damage to the car. And that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier, is, they're not going to be able to, get hours worth of damage to these cars because they don't have the speed going through the corner that they would at like Talladega, Daytona, or one of these, bigger tracks.
I heard that. Doing a phenomenal job right now. We're seeing what they're going to do. Who's coming down to the pit lane? Who will not? Everyone else, for the most part, in the front, staying on the lead lap. Derek Fulton will get the free pass. He will go back on the lead lap, one lap down. So the lucky dog will go to the driver, Derek Fulton. There is an opportunity for a free pass and a wave around, as the field will take, if you're multiple laps down, the one to go indication. You do sacrifice passing the leader and the pace car to come all the way back around the field at speed, as we just saw Mike Adamson on the pit lane of the 46 car as well. Under caution here at North Wilkesboro, closing in on lap 100 and a 55-lap shootout to boot. We are NASRA. This is the Outlaw Super Late Model Series on LSR TV, your home for sim racing and the CRN Sports Network.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at North Wilkesboro Speedway, coming up on 55 laps to go. 11 cars are on the lead lap. We're ready to bring them back for the restart here. Off turn number 4, pace car is in. Look at that angle. Back underway. The field roars into turn number 1, led by Mr. Garrett Maines in the corner.
And Garrett Maines doing a good job. We go back to the back bumper of Landry, and this is where it really gets interesting behind him.
Oh, look at this. They're 3-1 in the back. Are you kidding me?
And there's that 3-wide battle.
Holy smokes!
It's just a really good battle going on. We'll switch over to the main camera to get a view of it. They kind of sorted out, but they're not done yet by any means, Wesley. They are still going to duke it out. The Maines back where he started, and contact going on behind them.
Up the racetrack, look out. I think that was center in 10. Saving it.
And we got a bunch of cars we're showing off track, but no caution that comes out. If we get a long green flag run, we may go check it. That was Jason Maines and Mike Adamson were showing that we're having issues towards the back. So we'll check in with that here in just a little bit. If we get that long green flag run, then I think we will and hope we will. But Wesley, it seems like we just started here as we kind of did, and we're already on lap 108 of 155. There are less than 50 laps to go in this race.
A good run for sure, as again, there's only a total of about 11 cars on the lead lap. Next caution coming around will go to Jason Maines. He'll get the lucky dog free pass, if you will. The wave around will then be offered any cars a lap down or more under the yellow flag of the one to go. And here comes again Maines out in front. Maines, Landry, Lee, Tarasenko, all right there. There's a couple of teammates. That's father lapping son. Here comes Jason Maines up the shelf off turn number 4 to the top side. Bottom of the racetrack is going to be Garrett Maines, his son, lapping daddy. Part of Sadler Esports, and those cars battle again. And now Daddy will go a lap down. First caution coming out, and we got a problem. Look out, that's Henry. Landry's car. Devin Landry, a little contact, and they make contact and spin. Hughes gets together with a couple other cars. Caution is out. That's just what the doctor ordered. And I don't mean Dr. Pepper. That is for Jason Maines to get on the lead lap after that caution.
Yeah, we'll go back and take a look and see exactly what happened. Is Mike Anderson involved in it? The 51 had already been involved in something, and right there, the 111 gets the 46 as he gives them a shot in the back quarter panel and spins them both around. And, you know, I'm curious here to wonder about the 111 too. As we'll take another look at this. Watch the 111 of Brandon Hughes, Wesley. He actually gets spun onto pit road. I'm not sure what his speed was at the time, but I wonder if he'll get an unsafe pit entrance. I don't think he will because he never passed the yellow cone, but he almost could have been served a penalty on top of that for going into the pits unsafely.
And here's the thing. You've got Brandon Hughes that would have got the free pass to come back on the lead lap. However, Cody, he was part of the caution. For that reason, Jason Maines will go back on the lead lap, or they're just going to do away with... No, he's going to go back on the lead lap. That's exactly what's going on. He'll go back to the lead lap.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate. The rule is anyone involved in the caution isn't eligible for the lucky dog. So that's unfortunate for him. He won't get it, but good news for Jason Maines is he'll be in 10th place now, and he will be on the lead lap. A little bit smashed up car, but he'll be on the lead lap, and that's what's important. He has a chance to advance his position. And with only 10 cars on the lead lap now, he could potentially get it, a top 5. And I only say that because there are several cars with damage on them, even in the top 10.
Matthew Lee, Tarasenko. That's your pick, am I right? Who you were riding with?
Yes,
Jason Tarasenko?
That is indeed my pick, the number 21.
The man out of Canada. There in the number 2 position. Gabriel Ellison, Daytona winner, and sitting 3rd. RS Center about got involved in a wreck with a caution in the 10, or the 110 actually. He will hold on 4th. Peyton Howell with problems earlier in the race, and Charles, he's got himself back in the top 5, and so did Bladen Edwards and Landry. All these cars that have had problems are now in the catch whisker of the top 10.
Yeah, it is crazy just how, how things work out. You know, you can be in the top 10, you can be out of the top 10. You can have damage here because aerodynamics are not going to be a huge thing. This is not Daytona or Talladega, or for that matter, it's not a brand new state-of-the-art, put a pebble through the front of your car and you're done with the race. NASCAR, this is old style, beat and bang, rip the fenders off, Dale Earnhardt Sr. style. The engine still cranks, and I got 4 tires. Let me go on the track, and I'm going to win this race.
Yes, for sure. As we'll get ready to come back for the restart, if you will. It will be coming up on lap number 115 complete. Working lap 116. Ready to come to the home stretch in the final, 35 laps of this race, 40 laps of this race? Here they come back to green.
I don't know math. Don't ask me.
Where's our new ticker at? Can we show our new ticker off that has the countdown clock? Can you do that for me when we have 25 to go? Can we show that off? Can we do it?
We could do that if I knew when 25 was.
Pretty please.
Yes, we will throw that up. Why not? Let's watch this battle as we zoom out here just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and do that. And this here, folks, is for Wesley as we bring it up right there.
I love it. Look at the new overlay, the new rundown here as they'll make their way off into the corner. as this is a great battle going on there between the 11 machine up the racetrack of Peyton Howell and Gabriel Ellison. This is for the position number 4 and 5. Ellison, Daytona winner for the exhibition last Wednesday night. And I encourage you that if you have not heard the archive of the race on CRN Sports Network or watched it on LSR TV, Facebook, and YouTube archives, check out the Daytona exhibition race. What a barn burner it was last Wednesday night. It was nothing short of disappointing.
Yeah, it was definitely, again, a good race. And I want to point out here is that we got a car off track with still green. Garrett Main, 17.63. He just ran the fastest lap of this race as the caution comes out. And we'll go see, and it looks like it's going to be Rhett Tucker and Nicholas Sacco that are going to be involved in this one. So we'll take a quick look and see here. As
caution out.
Right there. I don't know if there was contact or not. There was definitely contact.
What are you talking about? There's contact.
We're going to take another look at that. I want to go
we
to
got one upside down.
Yeah, that
46,
was
Mike Adamson upside down on the. Wow, watch this.
There's some more contact, and I believe you said it was the 46 right there, just hard into the wall.
Wow. All they got to do is just hit that escape button and continue along. Mike Adamson, again, kind of disappointing at himself. A top 3 finish podium at Daytona last Wednesday night of the exhibition behind Matt Lee and the proverbial winner, Gabriel Ellison. And now we have another caution here.
It's unfortunate and a disappointing end to the way his race is going. He's doing his best and he was doing really good, but unfortunately, if the car's on its lid, upside down turtle style, that isn't good for your race, Wesley.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Matthew Lee, currently the man out in front. Jason Tarasenko, RS Center, Howell Mains. Let's check in on Ellison as well. Our in-race reporter, Derek Fulton. We'll see how things are going in his world right now, as he is currently back on the lead lap. Derek Fulton, back on the lead lap, ready for the home stretch of this race here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, ready to try to make up whatever I can here. I didn't know if I was going to get back on the lead lap or not, so I had to race my butt off there against a couple guys. Got lucky with Sacco getting into some trouble there, so try to make the most of it here and try to get the most points we can at this point. Try not to make that mistake again, that's for sure.
Can I say something here? 2-time winner of the Josh White Truck Series, Nicholas Sacco, having problems here tonight at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, he did the same thing happened to him. He was trapped a lap down, so we were just battling there with our old tires, all on like 100-lap old tires, just battling it out, trying to get that lucky dog. And I think he was in position there, but just obviously getting into trouble there. I got it right at the last second. Unfortunate for him.
I predicted this around lap 100. Charles, you can back me up on it. I figured by lap 100 they're going to turn up the whip. Do you think this pressure is about to be really intense here these final 30 laps?
Yeah, we've came out of a lot of situations that I don't even know how we made it out. It's been already pretty tight. We've been pretty lucky as it is, so I definitely think our luck's going to run out here soon, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we'll let you get back after it. Again, that's Derek Fulton in the LSR TV in-race reporter. And Charles, I told you I had a feeling around lap 100 intensity was going to pick up, and I think I've called it perfectly. And I believe these last 30 laps, ladies and gentlemen, Katie bar the door. This is going to be a bad one here. This is going to be a wild finish to open up the point season. Money on the line for this new NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series.
Yeah, it definitely is. And we got we keep in monitor chat over there on Race on Texas to Wayne Roberts there. Looks like kind of a game. It's a simulator, and is what it really is. There's a lot of money on the line these people do, whether it's racing or the setups they use. There's some that are $8,000-$10,000 setups in here, but I don't know if any of these guys are using them. VR headsets come involved, but the green flag is out and we are racing. And look at this battle. That's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth all right there. Throw a blanket over them.
Lap 130 will be officially 25 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this race is not 150 laps. It is 155 laps. And that extra 5 laps, I think, is going to cause a crazy outcome for the finish. Garrett Maines sizing up RS Center on the inside, looking for that position now. This is for 3rd and 4th as Matthew Lee continues to lead them on the back straightaway.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about a whole lot here, Wesley, tonight is what is the preferred line around this place? Garrett Maines, as he gets into the 110, he looks to where he likes the bottom, but a lot of these guys are going up onto the outside lane as we now have 25 laps to go left in this race.
And you know what, Charles? I love Maines because he's not like literally banging somebody out of the way, but he's fighting for his position. He's like marking his territory, if you will, staying on the inside of the racetrack, not letting anybody get to the outside and from the outside get down into his inside. And if you get in his way, he'll give you a little bump, if you will, but then he'll back off. He's not trying to wreck anybody. This is what you call good, hard esports racing by a top 15 national iRacer right here in Garrett Maines from Powelton, Virginia.
Yeah, there's a reason it's called a bumper. It's not a get by you without touching you. It's a bumper. You use it, you don't wreck people, but you know it's there in case you need to bump someone a little bit. You don't wreck them. You just give them a bump, a nudge, a little hello, how you do? I'm gonna go by you now.
That's right.
So the question is,
settling in for the final 20 laps, 22 to go here.
Does Garrett Maines have enough to get by the 04? I definitely think he's got enough motor and enough talent behind the wheel to catch the 04 of Matthew Lee. But all Matthew Lee has really got to do right now is keep that car on the bottom of the track. That is where Garrett Maines has been so fast. And if he can hold off that bottom line, he's got him. But I don't think the car is handling like it needs to be to stay down on the bottom for Matthew Lee right now.
Coming up on the LSR, 20 to go. For more information on LSR TV and this coverage, go to livesimracing.com. LSR 20 to go. The leader out in front is Garrett Maines. Matthew Lee right there again, and they begin to battle for wins here. Some of the best of iRacing. Continuing, Virginia and Maine 1 and 2. Garrett Maines will go back to the front, and by the way, he was the fast qualifier, and he had to fight to get back to the lead, might I add.
Yeah, he fought and clawed to get back to the lead, and that is where he's at. And, you know, I don't see any reason he won't stay there throughout the remainder of this race. But we go back a little bit here. You've got Tarasenko, Howe, Ellison. Right now, they are running in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. While the front 2 have kind of checked out right now, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and even 6th for that matter. That's where the battle is, and that's where it's really unclear as to who's going to be in the podium.
Yeah, for sure. Down the back straightaway, watching this continue to happen for Peyton Howell. Gabriel Ellison behind him, the Daytona Exhibition winner last Wednesday night for the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Watching them drivers now go back in the corner with the 11 with a punt there, trying to get around Tarasenko for 3rd. Tarasenko holding him off on the outside to the inside. Right there, 11 to the outside. He'll now play block on the machine of Gabriel Ellison to his inside as they come to the stripe. 14 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Round 1, picking them up, putting them down. Who will it be here tonight for the opening race of the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series, officially for points race number 1?
Yeah, and
13 to go.
We haven't used this camera, or these cameras, I should say, here tonight. Yeah, this is a different view, Wesley. If you ever wondered what it was like to be at North Wilkesboro and possibly be a fan here, well, you know, the track's not open anymore, but here's your view behind the gate as if you're watching as a fan from different points on the track.
12 laps to go. Pick your poison, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. We're going to take you commercial free to the finish of this still unless we get a caution. 11 laps remaining. These super late models roaring their way back to turn one. Look at these awesome camera angles. Awesome work by Charles Wooten and Will Duvall on the production team here for LSR TV. For those that are listening to the CRN Sports Network, they're going to be coming to 10 laps to go. This time by at the start-finish line. The leader is Garrett Maines from the state of Virginia. Maine's Matthew Lee is in second spot. Canada's Tarasenko third. Howell and Ellison the top five. Pick your poison here in Wilkesboro. It's time to decide who's going to be the opening winner. This camera shot back to turn one. It's all Maines, but this battle continues now between the drivers of Howell and Ellison for fourth and fifth off two.
Yeah, again, this is for top five, which isn't a podium, but what it is a good start to the points series. With 8 laps to go, it's going to determine. You obviously want to get as many points as you can moving in to, race number 2. You got to set yourself up for a good season. It's not all about winning, Wesley, as you know. It's about the championship. Well, unless you're out here just for the money.
And remember, to first finish the race, you must first finish.
This is a valid
And let's see
point.
what happens as this is coming down to the wire. 7 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. Look who's out in front. The driver leading the way of Garrett Maines. Meaning this is a fixed setup for all the drivers. The only thing you could do, preferably, is change your racing line. Drive the bottom, catfish on the inside, drive up in the fluff if it is a dirt track, drive up in the marbles if it's in the pavement world mentality of the vocabulary of describing it, or in the middle lane. You got to decide where you want to run to. We've seen brake rotors cherry red on the cars. We've seen sparks. We've seen damage. We've seen the comeback to the front. Garrett Maines and more. Out in front now, 4 laps to go. Time to bring this to the finish here at North Wilkesboro in round 1 of Outlaw Super Late Model Racing for NASRA.
Yeah, and it looks like the top 3 are pretty solidified as to who they're going to be. But right now, the battle for 4th is obviously still under fire with only about 3/10 separating them. And there's a really good battle going on back here for 8th and 9th, basically 8th position with a 99 of Edwards, who's had an up and down day. But that's not here nor there as we're coming up on 1 to go. Final lap going to be coming out this next time by the flag stand.
And somebody asked the question, John DeRochi, are they good on fuel? Yes, they are, as they'll come off of turn number 4. Last lap remains here for the Love of Motorsports 155. One of the top 15 best of iRacing. Coming back here tonight, making round number 1 be his from the pole. Garrett Maines from Powelton, Virginia, wins round 1 of the Outlaw Super Late Model Series under the NASRA sanctioning banner here at North Wilkesboro. Second spot will go to Matthew Lee from Maine. Canada's Jason Tarasenko will finish 3rd. Daytona winner Gabriel Ellison 4th. Peyton Howell in the top 5. R.S. Center, Devin Landry, Bladen Edwards, Brandon Gagnon, and Jason Maines, the top 10. Garrett Maines picking them up and putting them down here tonight at North Wilkesboro. What a performance. What a comeback the last 35 laps, if you will, Charles Wooten, for him to win here tonight at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, it definitely was an amazing race for that Smithfield number 1 machine. He was number 1 on your car and number 1 on the track here tonight as well.
Garrett Maines, Matthew Lee, Jason Tarasenko, all the top 3 drivers. We're going to grab them and more coming up on the Clan Wars Servers post-race wrap-up here on LSR TV, Race on Texas, and on the CRN Sports Network. But there is the man out of Powelton, Virginia, celebrating again a big, big win for the driver of the number 1 from the pole. He was the Swag Graphics Fast Qualifier, and the man out of Powelton, Virginia for Smithfield Foods and Sadler Esports picks up another win in his impressive iRacing career here tonight at North Wilkesboro. While he gets ready to light him up and burn him down again, let's show you the unofficial results of tonight's. Wow, talk about that precision driving. Did a burnout and put it in reverse right to his pit stall or to his parking stall to go to victory lane. Now that's talented, Charles. Holy cow.
That is some talent right there. We'll have to talk to him about that here in just a minute. But there is your basically your rundown here of the top 18.
Yes, sir. Garrett Maines is your winner. Matthew Lee will finish in second, almost 4.1 seconds back to the leader. Tarasenko, a good strong run for him, just could not seem to get up there when it counted the most, but the Canadian will have a good points run and finish third. Ellison, Daytona Exhibition winner fourth, and the Howell, the Daytona pole winner last week, will finish in fifth after his problems. RS Center, Devin Landrick, Bladen Edwards, Brandon Gagnon, and Jason Maines will come back and finish in the top 10. Charles, give him the bottom and the rest of the rundown.
And, of course, at 11th place, going to be Brandon Hughes. Derek Fulton, our in-race reporter, in 12th. Rhett Sucker, 13th. As Kieran Church going to be in 14th. Chad Grant going to round out your top 15. Billy Smith going to take 16th place. Nicholas Secco going to take 17th. And Mike Anderson will take 18th place. And, of course, Tyler Daniels and Eric Zimmerman, who had an up-and-down night, not finishing the way he wanted to, will round out your 20-car field here tonight. Wesley, it's almost that time, our favorite time, where we get to talk to the top three drivers here in the post-race show coming up next.
Hang on. We're still rounding them up. So let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will have all of the top three drivers and officially get underway the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up. Let's thank all of the sponsors and then we will grab our top three drivers. What a race when it's all said and done. Garrett Maines picking up the first career points win for the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series. More in a moment, and the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up on LSR TV. Race on Texas and on the CRN Sports Network. This is NASRA.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Welcome to the Clan Wars servers post-race wrap-up on CRN Sports Network for audio, LSR TV, and for Race on Texas and iRacing coverage. I'm Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten, and our in-race reporter, Derek Fulton. We're going to get all of our wrap-up thoughts here in just a moment. But right now, let's talk to our top three finishers. Winner out of Powelton, Virginia for Sadler Esports and the Smithfield Foods entry, Garrett Maines. You had to fight for this win tonight at North Wilkesboro, especially the last 30 laps. Talk about winning here under the new NASRA banner tonight.
I was honestly clueless on where to go with the strategy. I didn't know, when everybody thought they were going to pit. So, when we had the caution just about halfway, I'm like, there's no way. This is not the time. But then I'm like, well, maybe I'm fast enough here and I've saved my tires. Maybe I can come back through, and if we go green to checkered, I'll have the gas, because nobody followed me. So I was like, okay, gas it is. And that was just kind of the conservative strategy. You ended up coming back through the field. I knew I had better tires. It just, as everybody started to fall off, I just kind of took it easy. But when we had that caution after like 20 laps, I wasn't sure again. And that was I think other people thought that I took tires. And so the no-brainer, strategy would be to pit then and undercut me, and it didn't click with me. So I stayed out again, and that was almost the nail in the coffin for me, because if a caution hadn't come out, it would have been really close. Like, tires didn't fall off a ton tonight, but I think that would have been a very bad situation. But when the caution came out again, I knew that was my only chance. I got to pit this time, and it was a lot harder coming back through the second time. So we just kind of got lucky to be able to get the runs there and be able to get the track position back, and ultimately, once we got clear, pull away.
Garrett, I don't want to go into the full detail of everything, but there has been a lot of scrutiny that you have dealt with here in the last week or so with iRacing endeavors. Maybe you should not run this league. Maybe you should run that league. How does it feel just to shake off that drama, so to speak, get out and race and win for that matter?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, there's been a lot going on this week, and honestly, I think this field was stacked. We had a really good race, up until the point where I started to pull away. I mean, it was a fantastic battle. So, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I've been going for the Road to Pro Series, and we're trying to go pro in that, but I'm not pro yet, so I'm no different than everyone else here. We're just trying to make it and see what we can learn, and get as fast as we can.
Well, a good job for you, bud. Real quickly, thank out your sponsors on that number one entry.
Yeah, for sure. Got to thank Smithfield, 101 CBD, Sim Seats, and Strickland Hardy. Also got to thank all the boys at the ESC, Michael Jeans, Seth Ryder, Vicente Salas, Liam Brotherton, Blake Cisneros, and all the guys that have put in all the work this week that made the amazing race yesterday at Canadian Tire possible. We had a freaking rocket ship, so that was really cool, and really appreciate all of them. Also got to thank the guys at Richmond Raceway for all their support, and hopefully we can continue this streak throughout the season.
Picks up another prestigious win in his iRacing career, and the first points race of the North American Sim Racing Association Outlaw Super Late Model Series. Say that without getting tongue-tied. From Powelton, Virginia, Garrett Maines. Second spot now is going to go to the driver of Matthew Lee, another one of those talented machines out of Maine, another talented iRacer in his machine out of Clinton, Maine. The GTR Simulators Phantom Racing entry. Second spot, Matt. You were right there when it counted the most. Just seemed like you came up shy there at the end, and Maines had a pretty fast car when he got around you. What was your 5 laps on that last restart?
Yeah, on that last restart, we were just trying to keep him back there and tried to get him to use his stuff up to get up to us. We had some teammates back there in the field, and that was really our only shot once he got tires on it.
A fun time for sure. Came up shy last week. I think we got to call you runner-up man last week, thousandths of a second. Of course, a big interval this time for the checkered flag. But are you happy with the top 3 podium to open up the NASRA Outlaw Super Late Model Series tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I have zero experience other than the last couple races we've run this week and in these things. So, these are a lot of fun to drive, a little different than running the trucks like I'm used to. So, a second place is great and good points tonight.
I know a lot of people are saying understand that this is fun. It's a mix. It's a fixed setup. And real quickly, what that fixed setup is, and so people might not think that you can actually cheat and change your setups and do things illegally. There is a certain setup that is given to you to run for this race. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We purchased as a league setup off from someone that built it. That's not running in the league, and we've all got the same setup, and we're only allowed to make really small changes and nothing that really affects the handling of the car at all. So it's cool to run on equal grounds with some of the best guys.
There you go, bud. Well, man, we'll let you go. Good job on the runner-up again for the exhibition race and for the opening points race here at North Wilkesboro. A good points race for you. We'll see you next week at Dover. Thank your sponsors on the 04.
Yeah, big shout out to GTR Simulators and Derek over at Phantom Graphics. Without them, this wouldn't be possible.
All right, congratulations again. Second place to Matt Lee, runner-up again for the second week in a row. Check it in now with the man out of Canada. Yes, sir, our friends of the North. What a good job for him. In the number 21 entry to Langley, British Columbia, Canada, Jason Tarasenko. Jason, Charles Wooten was riding with you for third, but you will settle for third place in this race. He was riding with you for the victory. You had fun here tonight running with these guys. A third place race, eh?
Absolutely, man. You know, it's a little bit different here for us, running these fixed setups and taking tires and fuel strategy. We're used to open setups and no tires, so it was definitely a challenge. Lots of good talent. I'm really good to see guys like Garrett and Matt here, being able to run against these guys and be up on the podium here is a big, huge night for us, that's for sure, in our kind of first fixed setup deal.
A good run for you. You finished in third, but you stayed out of trouble. Is that doing that around the craziness tonight here at North Wilkesboro? Because there was action everywhere, and there were a couple of times you had to put on the big boy pants to hold some cars off that were trying to get around you.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing with this fixed setup is normally we're adjusting the car to what we want, whereas now you got to adjust your driving line, your driving style, and you got to do that while trying to hold guys off and that sort of thing. So yeah, we definitely dodged some bullets here and there, got in the wall a little bit there near the end and kind of affected the handling a little bit, but we held on to third, and I will take that all day long for our first race here.
Well, a good job for you for sure, man. Definitely having fun, and that's what it's about. Am I correct? It's about having fun on the series, and you had that here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I had way more fun than I thought I would, not doing the open stuff. So I'm coming back. We're having fun. I gotta thank a few guys, Matt and Bladen and that kind of hooked up with them at Daytona there. Worked with them a little bit, and they kind of brought me in, so we were able to work a little bit of strategy together and things like that. So that's been helping out huge here with all the other strategy that you got with these fixed setups and tires and everything.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much. Again, out of Langley, British Columbia, Canada, that's going to be the driver of Jason Tarasenko. Final thoughts here as we wrap things up on the Clan Wars servers, up and set our sights and preparedness. And Charles, hopefully your announcer notes for next Wednesday night as we'll be at the Munster Mile at Dover. We'll see what miles the Munster has to offer with the NASRA Outlaws Super Late Model Series in round number 2. But first, closing thoughts here at North Wilkesboro with our in-race reporter, Derek Fulton. Derek, you even get a top 10 finish out of the deal. What's your take of this race here tonight, my friend?
Yeah, tonight was a huge learning curve for, I think, everybody involved. Everybody was, battling, and I think it was a testament to the guys that we have involved in this league. I was battling all over the track, and it was good, tight battles everywhere, and that's exactly what we wanted to see when we started this whole thing up. So that's what I want to continue to see, and then we got a couple bumps in the road, but we'll get that straightened out for next week. It's a learning curve for everybody involved, but, we'll get there.
So much hype. So much excitement from the exhibition race to the first points race tonight. And it seems like in 2 short hours,
Yeah, it goes by quick, really. It's amazing what goes into this stuff behind the scenes. And, it's all worth it when you see everybody out having a good time. That's what it's all made for. And I think everybody did that tonight. Everybody was battling and doing what we all love to do. And that's short track racing, really, right? So.
And next week, we'll pack it up for the Munster Mile. 111 laps around the Munster Mile of Dover Speedway. Airtime is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on Live Sim Racing LSR TV. on Texas, iRacing on the CRN Sports Network. Charles Wooten, always a pleasure working with you, whether it's dirt, pavement, road course, my friend. What's your take of tonight's Super Show on North Wilkesboro for the NASRA Series?
As always, I expected it to be good. We hyped it up. It delivered for sure. A few cautions at the beginning, but they sorted it out. They got it going. And, we had some really, really good racing on a really famous and iconic track. You couldn't ask for more.
And by the way, in closing, keep up with everything on Live Sim Racing and your home for sim racing at LSR TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Give them a like, follow, and a share as well at livesimracing.com, their official website. Thank you again to Clan Wars Servers, the official communications partner of our post-race wrap-up and LSR TV. For Race on Texas, check out their reality racing on dirt, pavement, and even esports at raceontexas.com and Race on Texas on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For the CRN Sports Network, again, at CRN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And again, a new website coming soon at wearecrn.com. And, of course, iRacing, if you want to become a part of iRacing. And in closing, this event was sanctioned by NASRA. Follow them on Facebook at NASRA Racing, SRA Racing, and North American Sim Racing Association. When it's all said and done, Garrett Maines wins round number 1. Up and get ready to see what Miles the Munster provides next Wednesday night. This has been NASRA and the Outlaw Super Late Model Series on LSR TV and the CRN Sports Network. God bless you all. In the production chair, it's race night for CRN, Charles Wooten and Color, along with Will Duvall, Outland. Keep on praying for America. God bless and thank you.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.